Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about budget augments which can give you a ton of potency. But before we jump into the video, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to show off over here is my current potency is 82.9% on ship 3. And I was able to achieve this much potency with about 3 million investment. However, don't worry, later in the video I will be covering even lower budget stuff where you can actually get like 86% potency for less than 2 million meseta, so stay tuned for that. But for now, let us go over my gear as well as augments so that you can see how on earth I got 82% potency with only 3 million meseta. First of all is your Clofus weapon. This is free as long as you farm for the Infernium. You can see over here that I am only using a fixed attack 1 weapon right now, which means that I only farm for 30 Infernium to exchange for this weapon. Now if you don't even have time to farm for 30 Infernium, it's perfectly fine. You can farm for 15 Infernium and still get the Clofus weapon. However, just keep in mind that if you do not get the fixed attack 1, you will be losing 2% potency over here that does not show up on the stat sheet. So that 82% does not actually include this 2% over here from my fixed attack 1. But as you can see over here for my augments, I have Might 4, so this is 1,000 meseta on the market right now. I have Iradisoul 4, which is another 1,000. I have Melra Doable. This one was a little bit more expensive. I believe this was 2,000 on the market. I've got Gigas Might 3 as well as Dreadkeeper 3. So these are all the augments that I'm currently using on my weapon. And you can see over here that I have 11.4% potency from the weapon alone. However, the big one is going to be the armors, of course. I do have the Ephetus Armor Arga on all 3 slots, and they are all of the red box variant, which means they all have Mastery 4. As you can see right here, all 3 have Mastery 4, and they are the exact same augments, which are Mastery 4, Dustle 4, Might 4, Melra Doable 4, as well as Gigas Might 3. Now Dustle 4 has been going up in price recently because not many people are farming Dustle, so there is low supply and high demand. So if you can't afford Dustle 4, it's perfectly fine to do what I've done with my weapon, and you can just go Iradisoul 4 instead. You get the HP, you get the PP, however you lose 0.25% potency. That's all you lose, but you're saving yourself a lot of money. I believe Dustle 4 was going for 40,000 versus Iradisoul, which is going for 1,000. You know, that's kind of a big deal. You can save yourself a lot of money by just going the Iradisoul as a placeholder, and then later down the line when you actually farmed enough Dustle 4s for yourself, then you can replace the augment. And with all of that, I was able to obtain 82.9% melee potency. We can round up to 83 if you guys want, but the point being is I did not use any Addy capsules, and I also didn't use any Giga Stat 4s because those are very expensive. However, this armor set does have Mastery 4, however it was obtained from the red box armors, so I think it's fairly easy to obtain Mastery 4 as long as you're okay with using the Ephetus armors. So now I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably asking, Kero, what is the difference between your ship 3 character and your ship 2 character? You spent so much more meseta on your ship 2 character with all of those Addy capsules, but their potency is still lower than your ship 3 character. What on earth is going on? Well, that's kind of the trade-off. My ship 3 character is a lot more glass cannon in the sense that I don't have a lot of damage reduction, and I also have less photon power as well as less HP. But I am saving myself a lot of meseta by doing this instead. And to be perfectly honest, if you're just PSE farming, you don't need the extra tankiness, you don't need the extra HP, you don't really need the extra photon power either, because most people are probably running 4 subclass anyway. So you have the PP eradication skill. Every time you kill an enemy, you get photon power back, super easy. And so you don't really need insane amounts of photon power or insane amounts of HP or any defensive stats in general, which means that you can focus a lot more on potency and just kill things even faster. So since I'm not doing any super difficult content on my ship 3 character, there's simply no need for me to invest into all of those defensive stats. The only defensive augment I have is on my weapon with the Dreadkeeper 3, which honestly I can simply replace this with like a Alt Secreta 4, and I think that would probably be better. But that's really the main difference between my ship 3 character and my ship 2 character. You know, ship 3 character costs 3 million Meseta while my ship 2 character costs like 20 million Meseta on my augments. So it's a huge difference in investment of raw Meseta. However, the actual performance of both characters are pretty equal. I might say that my ship 3 character might actually deal more damage than my ship 2 character, which is really crazy to say, considering that I only spent 3 million on her versus my ship 2 character where I spent over 20 million. You know, it kind of doesn't really add up. So for most people who don't care about min-maxing or just want to go glass cannon at full damage, you can do so very inexpensively. But now let's talk about how to do it in less than 2 million Meseta. So over here I have Furfurus's YouTube channel, and the main one you want to watch is this one right here. Easy 86.1% potency, and they managed to do it in under 2 million Meseta for all 3 pieces, including your weapon. It's absolutely bonkers how they're able to achieve all of this, and so I will leave the link to this video in the description below because they cover everything in detail. This includes if you're a technique user, if you're a range user, if you're a melee user, they cover it all. So it's super useful, and I highly recommend that you guys check out this video. And to be honest with you guys, I think that they probably explained it better than me because they had all these fancy graphs and fancy pictures, so it's very easy to understand on what augments they use, how much each augment cost, and yeah, they have a really nice breakdown. So just watch the video. I'll leave the link in the description below, so please give them some love. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the